Summer is here, which means we have tomato season. And today, I want to show you a very simple tomato salad that's perfect for the weather. First and foremost, for tomato salad, if time permits, I really encourage you to try removing the skin. The skin of a tomato actually has no taste, and the texture is always on the chewy side. So, very simple. We score, we make an X for each tomato, and we bring the water to a boil. Even with modern day transportations, tomatoes are only still in seasons twice a month, and in the Northern Hemisphere, July and August. Because fully ripe tomatoes, they bruise way too easily during transportation, and farmers would pick tomatoes before they're fully ripened for export. And that's why, yes, we get tomato year round, but when they're off season, they're really good. Now, you start with the smaller ones, quick blanch. And here we have some ice water. I don't mind the outside of the flesh being slightly mushy. If anything, it helps them cling on to the dressing better. So don't stress too much about how little or how much time you let your tomatoes stay in the boiling water. Of course, when it looks like this, it's clearly done. Perfect. Now, the bigger boys. And while they're blanching, we peel these. Oh, they're so ripe, it's incredible. They come out. For me, one of the greatest luxuries of life is to have peeled cherry tomatoes in your salads. If you've never tried before, it's a game changer. As you can see, if you ever overcook them slightly, you get this rougher surface, which is perfect for the sauce later. The bowl's hot, probably my favorite. Perfect. Now, to really take this dish to the next level, and the only reason why this recipe warrants a video, everyone knows how to make a tomato salad, is that we want to separate the seeds from our salads for two reasons. One, for texture, because it's more pleasant to have a salad without seeds. But number two, and more importantly, we want to extract the essence from the seeds, which is full of glutamic acid, and this is nature's G in MSG, which is full of umami, making the dish savory, giving a step for flavors. So if you've never tried this step before, give it a shot. This way, we get all the flavors and goodness from the seeds without having to endure the unpleasant texture of biting into a ton of seeds. You're not having a passion fruit, you know? And for tomato salads, I like to keep them chunky so that you get some contrasting textures. Beautiful. Oh, these are so ripe. Look at that. And this is something you could prep ahead, leave in the fridge, and also firm up the flesh slightly. Just bring them out when your guests are ready. I want to do this. And for the bowl's heart, I like to remove the tough core as well. Perfect. Now, to help them extract as much liquid as possible, we're going to salt this extremely generously. And that will also be our seasoning, so we won't have to salt the tomatoes afterwards. Of course, you taste and adjust. Mix. And we'll let this sit for a couple of minutes while we very quickly slice half a shallot. The most popular companion for tomatoes is basil. And I do like basil with tomato, especially with some burrata, but that's a very particular flavor profile. And when the tomatoes are so ripe and so nice, most of the time I just like them plain to really let the produce shine. The sharpness of the shallots really balances the sweetness of the tomato. So that's why we're adding them. It's not really bringing any flavors to the table, but more so balancing the dish. If you like garlic, crushed garlic will also work perfectly with this. Perfect. Now, straight into our salad mixing bowl, along with all the beautiful tomatoes. And you can be a bit rough with them. Let them bruise a bit on the outside so they cling on to that wonderful sauce better. Perfect. Now, to finish, we have our umami bomb. To that, we add some extra virgin olive oil and be very generous with the olive oil. Brilliant. And we generously spoon this wonderful liquid, most of it at least, to our salad mixing bowl. And some cling film. This can go into your fridge until your guests are ready. Let's plate one, shall we? Look how beautiful they are. Beautiful. Of course, drizzle our umami bomb, and we finish with some more extra virgin olive oil. And this is probably one of my favorite fruit salads in the world. This is tomato salad. I really hope you enjoy, and while it's still in season, please go out to your grocer, buy some and give it a try. That's it. Ta-da!